Hello there, it's me, that divination witch. I hope you're all doing well. Back with another witchy video. This is me answering a question, and I'm going to try and do it in the most straightforward, beginner-friendly way that I can. And this is answering how to work with Hecate, how to do it. And it's not so much, sorry, my nose is itching, but it's not so much an instruction manual on, right, light a candle, do this offering, do that, the other. It's more, how do you do it? How do you work with her? What do you do to do that? So, yeah, I hope this helps. Let's get into it. And if you're new here, hello and welcome. My name's Sarah and I'm that divination witch. This is a witchy safe space that I've built, helping you guys. I answer questions, so no question's a silly question. Put it in the comments. If there's anything you want to know, let me know. I'll try and help best I can. And I've also got a link tree below if you're interested in getting a reading from me. I've got a shop and a Patreon. So yeah, I'd be grateful if you could check that out. And I hope you stick around. Hit subscribe. Thanks. I'm trying to do this in a beginner-friendly way, so I'm going to list 5 ways you can work with Hecate. And the first way is the most obvious way, and that's by doing magic. Magic and spells. Yes, Hecate is a goddess of witchcraft. We know her as this. She's a goddess of sorcery and the mystical, mysterious things. So naturally, if you're going to work with Hecate, do some magic. Learn from her. Learn from other people as well. Do your research. Read some books on magic, on witchcraft and things like this. Now, I've answered this question before, I'm sure, but just to quickly say, do you need to be a witch to work with Hecate? No. You don't need to do witchcraft at all. She is a goddess. She's not just a witch. But a lot of us are witches that work with her because she's the goddess of witches, you know, or one of the goddesses of witches and magic. It's one of her job roles. Therefore, it's natural to be doing that. I have heard other witches talk about this, and one in particular sticks in mind, and I felt that it was misinformation what they were saying. Your experience with Hecate, it's all personal to you, and it depends on the path that you're on. This person said that Hecate expects you to be doing spells basically every single day, learning magic every single day. No, she doesn't expect that. I just want to put that out there. It may depend on what you're learning from her. For me, my path with her is a bit different than maybe yours. You know, part of me having this YouTube channel, making these videos, is part of my path with her. Me educating others, me helping others is part of my path with her. And that's something I'll get on to in a sec. Somebody else, they may just be learning magic from her and nothing else. Now, if that is the case, you just need to show dedication. A level of dedication and willingness to learn. And that's for any lesson that she teaches, because she likes that. It doesn't mean she's going to smite you if you take a day or 2 off, or even a week off. It depends on you, your mental health, your physical health, your life. She gets it. She understands laziness versus time. She's not heartless. She's not this scary goddess. So I just want to put that out there because that's said a lot. The way people talk about her, and it's BS, if I'm quite honest. I know our paths with her are personal. She can be a strict teacher, yes, but there's a difference between having discipline and being a dick. So I just want to put that out there. The second thing you can do to work with her is shadow work. And again, another touchy subject, I suppose. Shadow work, I've explained this loads of times on here, but in a nutshell, it's basically psychology on the self. Carl Jung, a psychologist, I was going to say discovered the shadow self, and I suppose he did, but he coined the term that we have our ego, our persona that we portray to the world, and then we have a part of us called the shadow, which we know about for the most part, sometimes maybe not. Oh, didn't mean to do that. The shadow is the part of us we don't like per se. It can be a trauma holder. It can be the part of us that's full of, hurt and pain, but it's not always that. It's sometimes like our bad habits, our addictions, when we get in funny moods and we hate that we do that, or when we, just the negative part of ourselves, I suppose. That's what the shadow is. So shadow work is working on that, and it's not to eradicate it, it's more to understand and accept it, to heal as best you can, but to embrace it and to learn that, yes, we have these aspects to us, but that doesn't define us as a whole. But it's also not healthy to deny them, and it's not healthy to, block them off. It depends on who you are as a person as to whether you can do this in general. As somebody who has for a brief time worked within mental health, and I've helped people through crises and things like this, I know not everybody is mentally strong enough to do it. Or if they are, it's going to be at certain times. Please, if you are not able to, it's a buzzword right now, you see, and it's something that's thrown around frivolously, I feel, on the internet, especially in spiritual circles. Don't do shadow work if you can't, if you don't feel mentally able, if you're going to trigger yourself and spiral and make yourself worse, don't do it. It's not you denying it. Get some help, get some therapy if you're able to, or talk with someone else, It's personal. But if you are someone who is of the mindset that is able to do it, I feel like that's a majority, to be honest. It might not be pleasant, but do it. Hecate will help you through that. She has helped me through that, and I'm very grateful to her. And she is known as a goddess of the shadows in a way. She's got this dark mother persona. Well, that's for a reason, because she understands the shadows. She's the guide of the lost souls, and that means living lost souls as well. And if you are holding onto your shadow, you're not helping yourself, per se. You may be a lost soul. So she helps with that. So that's another way you can work with her. Number 3, and that comes in with her being a guide to lost souls and helping lost souls, whether they're alive or dead or whatever. That's helping others. And you would think that's a very right-hand path thing. That's, like something, I don't know, toxic Christians say. No, it's not. It doesn't matter right hand, left hand. These are all labels to Hecate. She is somebody who is so compassionate and cares about humanity. It's in her very nature, despite how dark she may seem and the fear-mongering that may be out there about her. She truly cares about the human race. With that being said, and her being this guide to lost souls, she wants to help us while we are alive and after as well, of course. But if she can help us while we're on our journey, in life, in our reincarnated life, then it makes her job easier on the other side, I suppose. Now, if we are working with her, if we are embodying her values, we can do that. We can help other people as well. That's what I try and do with this channel, with doing readings for people and things like this. Yeah, I try and help people in that way understand better and maybe deal with things differently, see things from a different perspective, maybe help open their minds a little bit. We can all do it in different ways. You may want to set up your own YouTube, or you may not. You may want to, volunteer at a charity, or, help someone in need. It could be a neighbour, it could be, a homeless person, anything like that. Showing compassion to other people. There is a difference between being a total martyr, being like, for sacrificing yourself for others, than being compassionate, but also having firm boundaries. That's the way Hecate is. It's like, you can help other people, you can be kind, but don't be taken advantage of. That's her lessons. So that's another way you can work with her. Number 4, I guess that links in with this, is justice. I've wrote justice in my notes, and what I mean by this, she is a goddess of justice in a way, and not in the way, say, Athena or Minerva is, as in lawful justice, although it's the universal law that Mother Hecate portrays. It's a justice goddess, as in she likes things to be fair. That's why a lot of us that she seeks out are the underdogs, are the people who have been hurt, manipulated, traumatized, no confidence, given an unfair deal in life, things like this. She helps us regain our power, reclaim our power, find out who we really are deep down, and fight back. Not in a nasty way, but in a fair way. She likes things to be fair. She hates bullies. She hates people that take advantage of others. And she does serve justice against those who wrong others unfairly. It's happened in my life. I can give you a little example. It's not really little, the gravity of the situation, but there was a workplace I was in where I got bullied. And I had to leave this workplace with a grievance. If you don't know what that is, it's like an official complaint. And I hate going through all that bureaucracy, red tape stuff. Now, I didn't do anything magical to these people. I just left. I couldn't take it anymore. This is a couple of years back now. Now, the people who wronged me, really wronged me, betrayed the heck out of me. That's why I had this grievance. It wasn't just, it was bullying by management, people who were supposed to be in authority roles. And this was a mental health place, by the way, which makes it even more disgusting. But yes, very bad, let's just say. The people who wronged me have all been, sacked. They've all been fired. Well, one left of her own accord after a mental breakdown of her own. That's horrible to say. I don't wish it on anyone, even my worst enemy, but you reap what you sow. And the other was fired after he said some horrible things about me. And it wasn't because of me. It was months down the line. This happens. What goes around comes around. She is a goddess of karma in a way, I am a firm believer of you reap what you sow in this world. And if you are a negative asshole, you're going to get that back. If it's in a day, if it's in a year, you will get that back. You will. I've done it myself. It's happened to me where I've told a little fib or something. I mean, no one's perfect. If I've ever been an a-hole, I've had things happen to me. It happens. But yeah, that's an example. I know that was Hecate. She had my back. She really did. She witnessed what they did to me unjustly and unfairly. And that was their karma. And she delivered that. And I didn't have to do anything. And yeah, that's the sort of woman she is. Now, even if the shoe had been on the other foot, I want to say this. There are times where I've acted out of emotion, especially years back. I've grown as a person, but, I've acted out of emotion and I've wanted to do something unjust to people or say something unjust to people. She has stopped me. I have nothing against baneful magic where it's appropriate. I've tried to banish someone before from my life. And she stopped that happening because it wasn't justified. I was acting out of emotion. And number 5, it's I suppose helping others. And I know I've said this before in one of the other points, but what I mean by this is helping others not just by teaching others and sharing her message, but physically. And I mean, I've put here helping the dead crossover, stuff like that. She has brought spirits to me before to help cross over, to help them find peace, to help their remaining loved ones on this earth find peace as well in some occasions. And with her being this guide to lost souls and a psychopomp and, a goddess of the restless dead, you can work with her by doing her work as well, by helping her in her job, taking some of the workload on. helping some of those souls cross over that are maybe stuck. That's another way you can work with her. A lot of Hecate witches become mediums, become death workers. Now, a death worker, in a nutshell, is somebody who deals with the dead, but maybe doesn't want to call themselves a medium, I suppose. It's connecting with the dead, it's connecting with lost loved ones, it's crossing people over, it's working with that energy. A lot of Hecate witches embrace that. It may not be straight away, because I know that sounds scary if you're a newbie. It would have scared me a few years back, trust me. But she helps us see it's not scary, ultimately. Because it isn't, now. I mean, I'm not immune. Of course, I get scared sometimes. But on the whole, it's as natural a part of life as living is. It really is. It's just because we can't see it with our naked eye, and we don't fully understand it that we get afraid. So, yeah, that's some ways you can work with her. And I hope that's answered a question. And I hope it's helped. So if you've got any other questions, anything else you want me to cover, please let me know. Put it in the comments. I'm happy to help. And yes, until next time, stay safe and stay witchy. Bye, loves. Bye.